Hello students, in this class we are going to learn about the importance of management. Why management is so important that it is being taught to you? क्यों पढ़ा रहे भाई? That is the reason कि management बहुत ज़्यादा important होता है. Let's learn some reasons why management is very much important. First, it helps in achieving goal. As we know, management is a goal-oriented process. So it is the importance of management that it always helps in achieving the goals of the organization. The second importance is it increases efficiency. Do you know what is efficiency? We learned in the last class. Efficiency means completion of tasks within cost. So management is very important because it always achieves. It always completes the task within cost. The third importance is it always increases effectiveness. Effectiveness means completion of task within time. So management always helps to achieve the task, complete the particular task within time. So we can say management is very important for us. One more importance is there. Management creates dynamic organization. Management creates dynamic organization. Dynamic means an organization which keeps on changing according to the changes in the economy, changes in the business environment. Management itself is a dynamic item, dynamic subject. So management makes the organization dynamic. So these are few points which show the importance of management. Now we are going to learn of management. What is nature of management? Before learning any subject, we must know the category of that particular subject. That subject can be of three types. That can be an art subject, that can be a science subject, or a new thing is there, that can be a professional subject. So to which category management applies? Whether management is art or science or profession, we are going to learn that. So let us learn what is art. Art is a subject which has a systematic body of knowledge, a theoretical body of knowledge with creativity, which can be applied with creativity, which can be applied personally. So that particular subject can be called as art, like singing, like drawing. So these subjects are art. Whether the management is art or not, let's discuss. The first feature of art is well-defined body of knowledge. Do the management has the well-defined body of knowledge? Yes. We are getting the knowledge of science. We are getting the knowledge of management. So we can say that management is art. The second feature of art is creativity. Can the management be applied with creativity? Yes. We can manage the same organization in different ways. We can manage or organize an event in different ways. So we can say management can be applied with creativity. The another feature of art is personalized application. Every person applies a particular subject in different way. This feature is also available in management. So we can say management is art. Second point is science. Whether management is science or not. So let's first learn what is science. Science means a subject which has systematic body of knowledge, which has universal principles and which can establish cause and effect relationship. All those subjects are included in science. Let's learn whether the management has such features or not. First feature is systematic body of knowledge. Do management has systematic body of knowledge? Yes. Second feature is universal applicability. All the scientific principles are universally applicable. The whole square of a plus b always equals to a square plus b square plus 2ab, whether we are in India or we are in Japan. That is scientific principle. Do the management principles are universal? No. Management principles can be applied everywhere, but they does not belong to that particular category that they will give us the perfect result as the scientific principles give us. The third is cause and effect relationship. Every scientific principle shows the cause and effect relationship. If I leave this chalk, it will go to the floor. That is a scientific truth. But such type of cause and effect relationship are not applied to management. So we can say management is not science, but it is social science, inexact science. The third subject is profession. What is profession? Profession means a particular subject which has systematic body of knowledge, which has restricted entries like doctors, and there are so many associations in which we have to join before starting a particular profession. Let's learn whether the management is applied, whether the rules of profession is applied on management or not. First, systematic body of knowledge. Yes, management has systematic body of knowledge. Is there restricted entry in management? No. Management can be done by anyone. In profession we must have some particular type of degree, like a doctor. If you want to work as a doctor, you must have a degree. But in case of management, there is no such requirement. The third, professional bodies. In profession, there are some professional bodies like doctors have their association, advocates have their bar associations, but such type of associations are not available in management. So we can say management is not a profession, but soon it will become the profession. So let's complete it again. Nature of management. Management is art because all features of art are applied to management. Management is inexact science. It is not complete science. It is not pure science. It is social science. And profession. Management is on the path of becoming a profession. It is not a profession right now. So that was our topic. Let's move to the next topic. And the topic is levels of management. Levels of management. Management has 3 levels. First is top level, second one is middle. So obviously the third one shall be lower. Top level management. Top level management includes all those persons who are responsible for the survival of the organization. Those persons who are the core of the organization, they take every type of decision that is responsible for the survival and growth of the organization is taken by the top level management. Normally it includes directors, CEO, chairman. This type of persons are included in top level management. Second level is middle level management. They are responsible for the interpretation of policies made by the top level management. Top level management always creates some policy. Like we want such type of product. So that product shall be interpreted by middle level management. It normally includes departmental heads. They just interpret the policies made by the top level and give order to the lower level management. So what is lower level management? It is basically responsible for completion of tasks. They always understand or gets the orders from middle level and gets the product created. It normally heads the supervisors. And beneath the lower level management, we have our employees who actually does some work. So again, read levels of management. First, top level management, the level which is responsible for survival and growth of organization. Middle level management, who is responsible for interpretation of policies made by top level and gives order to the lower level management. Lower level management, it takes order from the middle level management and gives order to the employees for completion of particular task. If you want to apply these levels in a school, then listen properly. In every school, top level includes directors of that school. Middle level includes principals, vice principals and various departmental heads. And lower level normally includes the coordinators of the school. And employees are teachers. The topic clear?